got a real simple message for you guys. If someone else's problems are not keeping them up at night, why the hell are their problems keeping you up at night? Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to Grow Rich, Grow Happy, that place where we follow the breadcrumbs to wealth. Guys, we got to talk about Zebec. Zebec is cruising right now, guys, up 7.7% at the making of this video. And before I get into what the topic is for today, I want to remind you guys that tomorrow, less than 24 hours, don't forget about the Uphold and Zebic talk that there's going to be going on over on X. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, Wednesday, March 21st. So for anyone in Mountain Time, I believe it's at 10 a.m. I do believe it's at 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. You just have to check with your respective time zone that you are in. Do not forget, guys, that is going to be hot. But what we're going to be talking about, guys, did you see the news? Circle has explored a potential $5 billion sale to Coinbase. Yeah, Coinbase has entered this, or Ripple, instead of an initial public offering, guys. They say the stablecoin issuer took part in informal talks over potential sale from which it is seeking at least $5 billion. Now, according to this that came out today, they're saying they're seeking at least $5 billion, which is odd because isn't that what Ripple offered them in the beginning? I believe it was $3 to $5 billion, yet they said that they wasn't going to sell. Well, now Coinbase has entered that. Now, I could talk about a lot of things with Zebec because God knows they got a lot going on, but I chose to talk about this as I feel like this is extremely important for us Zebec holders, guys, for us millionaires, us generational wealth seers, believers, and achievers, because we are going to get it. We got to talk about which is more beneficial for Zebec. Is it more beneficial for Ripple to acquire Circle, or is it more beneficial for Coinbase to acquire Circle? That's what I'm going to help you decide. I have my answer, but I'm going to let you guys come to your own conclusion on this. And we're going to have a healthy, because I'm sure it's going to be healthy, down below in the comments, because you guys be bringing it. Also, I also want to let you guys know I've noticed all of the bots down in the comments. God knows they are making me mad. I have taken some, I've done some things with YouTube, and I'm hoping that really helps here. Hopefully we'll see it soon. They tend to attach themselves to the videos that do the best on this channel. So hopefully we get that taken care of, guys, because I do care about the community. Yeah, with that said, guys, this is your first time here to Grow Rich, Grow Happy. I want to thank you for showing up and showing out as always, guys. This is a great community of free thinkers and achievers and goal getters. That's what we do here, guys. We go after our goals. I am Mr. Foresight, and my mission is to help you reach your goals, whatever those financial goals may be, even if it's just a mindset goal. I pride that this channel ain't just about crypto and making money and finances and becoming rich. It's also about changing your mindset, because I believe with the right mindset, everything else will just fall into place. So this sounds like the channel for you, because trust me, it really is. Smash that like button, give me a subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss a video. And as always, share these educational videos with people that you love, people that might be going through a hard time or just might need a positive word, because that's what this community is about. Always be respectful, guys, to each other, and treat everyone like you would want to be treated. Okay. Also, get you a cold storage wallet down below, guys. I got 10% off on Tangems. It's all I use, and you can store your Zebec in there. And I always trade for my Zebec in there. I've sent some ETH or something over there, and yeah, ETH, not Solana. Sometimes Solana too, but it seems to make that conversion for me, and I have no problems. So check that out down below. 10% does go to support the channel. I thank you in advance. So let's talk about it, guys. So Coinbase has entered the race. Now, one thing I will say about this, and I'm gonna get you guys' opinion on this as well. Brad Garlinghouse is not playing. You see that he's Ripple is on a mission. They really are. Coinbase has always been on a mission, but I'm flesh it out for you. So, one thing I do know, just piggybacking off this whole thing with Senator Loomis canceling that whole meeting with Brad Garlinghouse, will say this: it comes a point in the community, and you can even see it as a YouTuber. I've seen it with YouTubers. I've seen it with entertainers, in which the community sometimes can build you up to a certain point, and then they hate you and they tear you down. It happens all of the time. And in circles, sometimes the person who's getting all of the power, who seems to be pulling in power and influence and different things, you have people that say we need to stop that. It happens with companies. There's this thing where a company can't have but so many. They don't want you to pretty much corner the market in certain things. So sometimes government, sometimes other quiet investors and different things that step in to kind of say, no, you got a little too much power. I think that could happen with what Brad Garlinghouse and them are doing, because they are getting big. And whether you believe that or not, they are starting to grow. Just look at some of their acquisitions. I believe what can happen is that somebody can step in, which is why I believe Coinbase could have said, you know what, let us step in, because we cannot look up one day, be sleeping and look up and say, well, damn, Ripple is running the crypto market. Now, a lot of us XRP holders or UXRP holders might look at that and say that's not a bad thing, but can it be? It could be. So let's look at possible scenarios for Zebec, because some people out there ain't holding XRP and don't give a damn about XRP. They're like, look, I want my Zebec to grow. So we're going to look at that. So check this out. So as I look at it and I look at what's going on, I feel like this Coinbase is a formidable opponent to step up and say, you know what, we want to acquire Circle. Now, here's the thing. Here's the reason that Coinbase has I hate to say a better opportunity, because they always try to say we play fair, but we know. But here's the thing. Coinbase already has a established relationship with Circle. It goes way back, like to 2018. They're actually still getting residual revenue from Circle 50-50, which is what we always felt would hurt that deal between Circle and Ripple, because you still have to figure out how you're going to get Coinbase out of their pockets if Brad Garlinghouse and them was to agree to that deal. So it looks good that they already have a relationship with Circle. So yeah, we could sell it to you guys. Now, here's how that helps Zebec, and this is just my opinion. You look at Coinbase. They're already established. They're already, and not that Ripple ain't, but Ripple still has those hangups, those problems that they're going through with the Securities Exchange Commission. I know we're always saying that it's over, but it's the fact that it's still there. It is still there. So it's just kind of a, here's the money to let Coinbase buy it. Now, why that works for Zebec, I think it works really well, because Coinbase is already established compliance wise. The S&P 500, these guys are major heavy hitters in cryptocurrency. That could work wonders for Zebec. Plus it helps us as Zebec holders sleep a little bit easier at night, because we know that Coinbase Ventures were already invested, an early investor in Zebec, which means Zebec doesn't really have to prove anything. Coinbase already know their value. They know their mission. They know what they're trying to do, because guess what? We invested in them early. We saw this as well. So guess what? We put our machine behind you guys. And guess what? That might actually pull them over, because I think what Coinbase owning Circle would do, it would only really push Circle up even further, guaranteeing they probably knock out Tether for that first spot on the stable coins. Let's not forget that stable coin bill, guys. I'm not going to talk about that in this video because this is about Zebec, but don't think all of this is not playing a major role, and don't think these guys don't know something, which is why Circle is on the table. So I think it would really, really, really be good for Zebec because Coinbase already has that Wall Street appeal. It already has people trust Coinbase. They're the biggest. They're the biggest really in the world, I guess, next to Binance. But when it comes to having your T's crossed, as I always say, and your I's dotted, Coinbase is that. And then them having Zebec, Zebec gets to take a big advantage of Coinbase's ecosystem, which would give them a significant financial lead upon all of the opponents, which I think would be great. But then again, you can't talk about that without talking about Ripple. Well, what does Ripple bring to the table? Well, again, the downside to Ripple is it's past. I hate to keep bringing that up, but it's past. So them acquiring USDC, some people could look at that as like, we don't really like this, because got to remember, some people still don't like Ripple for whatever reason. They don't like Ripple. So it could hurt, which would fall out a little bit to Zebec. But on the plus side, if they were to acquire Circle and then now they got Zebec, on the plus side, what could happen is it would fit perfectly, I think, into Ripple's their whole mission of cross-border payments, instantaneous and cheap. So imagine them adding as a bonus the whole Zebec network and what they're doing with their 24/7 pay, adding that to Ripple as a bonus, which I think would be great. But to me, I have to give it to probably Coinbase, just from a personal investor. I feel like as an investor, I think Coinbase would better position Zebec for that dollar that we always say we need. I think it would just better if for me, if Coinbase were to acquire Circle. I just think Coinbase is a little bit, it's actually more established. Not to say that Ripple is not on its way, but I think Ripple is going to be okay. I'm mainly looking at this from a Zebec network deal and our investment rising. I just think Coinbase can just do more long term and faster for Zebec than Ripple can do. You guys let me know down below what you think. I think the price right now is going up, man. I just watched, and according to this video, Zebec is up 8.1% now. They've hit that 2. They've switched over to that 2, guys. I'm not buying right now. I would love for it to drop a little bit more, but I am watching, guys. So you guys let me know down below, which would you rather get it? Would you rather Ripple acquire Circle for Zebec? Now this is for Zebec, strictly for that. Now XRP, would you rather that happen, or would you rather Coinbase acquire Circle, and why? Let me know down below, guys. As always, it's your boy. Share, like, subscribe. I'm out.